power, Ejakegbe. And to the glory of God, I'm a Forex trainer and I'm a life coach. And so many people have graduated from this academy. I sincerely appreciate all of you for coming for this program. Now, I want to say something quickly. The beauty about this program is for any class we have, I always make sure I record the class so that you can always watch the recorded version after the training. Are you with me? And remember, the program is just for 4 days. So we are going to start today. What exactly do we have for today? But before I start, if you know you can hear me clearly, can you just type 1 in the chat box? I can hear God's power clearly. Can you just type 1 in the chat box? You know you can hear me clearly. Can you just type 1 in the chat box? Oh, God bless you, Madam Kemi. I appreciate you. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let me proceed. Now, what are we doing for this program? You'll be wondering, what is this man unleashing? Day one, we'll talk about introduction to forex trading, exchange rates. Oh, let me see if you can see my screen. Let me be sure you can see my screen. Okay, you can see my screen. We'll talk about introduction to forex trading, exchange rate, fundamental analysis. We look into what? Technical analysis. Then you'll be wondering, what do we have for day 2? You'll be wondering, what do we have for day 2? For day 2, we will now look into pips, lots, leverage, brokers, platforms and charting softwares, types of traders, swing, day, position, scalp, and technical analysis. Then we'll also look into charts and candlestick patterns. Day 3, please, nobody should miss day 2 for anything. I beg of you, please, don't miss day 2 for anything, because day 2 is going to be a pure practical class. Are you with me? Day 3, what am I doing for day 3? MetaTrader 4, Android and desktop version. How to use MetaTrader 4. How to open trades using MetaTrader 4. We dive into lot size, partial closing, trade stopping, swing trading, hedging. Day 4, I will now go into how to manage your trades using my FX book, investing.com, Forex Factory, so on and so forth. Let's start. Day 1, what do you have for day 1? Day 1, we'll go straight into day 1, we talk about Forex. Now, what exactly is Forex? Forex commonly refers to as foreign exchange and is the largest financial market where currencies are bought, sold, and exchanged for one another. Unlike the stock market, it has no centralized exchange and transactions are performed over the counter. Participants trade with one another through a worldwide network of banks, brokers, and other financial institutions. It is one of the most actively traded markets in world network of banks, brokers, and other financial institutions. It is one of the most actively traded markets in the world with an average, with a daily trading volume of $5 trillion. With a daily trading volume of what? $5 trillion. Now, what this means is $5 trillion is what is dropped in the market. Are you with me? $5 trillion is what is dropped in the market for you and I to profit from. So how much will you make from it? Are you with me? How much will you make from it? Now, when do we experience this trading? We experience this trading 245. Are you with me? We experience this trading 245. 245 means that you only trade Forex pairs from Mondays to Fridays. It's only cryptocurrency I know that they are traded from Mondays through to Sunday. Are you with me? Now, what section are we even looking at? What section are we looking at to successfully trade this business? Excuse me. What section are we looking at? We are looking at we are looking at um, we are looking at New York, London, Frankfurt, Hong Kong, Singapore, Paris, and Sydney. These are the section we're actually looking at. Now, you must have sat down and asked yourself this question that what exactly do we do in the Forex market? In the Forex market, we either buy or we sell. In the Forex market, we either buy or we sell. That's why I always tell my students something. If you have two animals, these two animals are the bull. This is the bull and the bear. The bull is the one that is the green animal, and the bear is the white animal. This, if you observe something about these two animals, they always oppose themselves. So, in other words, in the forex market, you can never have a situation whereby you'll be buying at the same time on two currencies and you'll be selling at the same time on two currencies. It is never possible. Are you with me? So the forex market, that's why a great fight occurs all the time in the forex market, because they are battling on who will win and who will lose. People always say something that I disagree with them. They always say forex is a scam and forex takes time. You might not successfully win. If I'm sure many of you have friends here, you say that if you go into that business, you will surely lose all your money. It's a big lie, my brothers, my sisters. I always say something to people. You only lose your money when you have no idea of how to trade the market. If you know how to trade the market, you can never lose your money. Do you know that with forex, you can easily trade cryptocurrency? There was somebody that was discussing with me about cryptocurrency. When the person was talking about strategies like moving average, MACD, stochastic, Bollinger Band, so and so, I was just looking at him because all these things the person is saying, they are something I'm familiar with. Are you with me? They are something I know about. So please, with all of this, they have a linkage. And should I even shock you? You can also trade Bitcoin in Forex. I will show you if you are going to be consistent in this class. I will show you all of that. Let me proceed. Now, who trades Forex? The people that trade Forex, the major body that trade Forex is the central banks, commercial banks, central banks, commercial banks, of national corporations, then individual investors. Now, let me start. For central banks are the major body of Forex. They are the strongest men in the market. And that's why, look at it so closely. You have, what kind of banks are we looking at? European Central Bank, Central Bank of Nigeria, Bank of England, Bank of Canada, Bank of Japan, so on and so, Bank of America, so there are many of them. Who are the subordinates, the banks that assist? The banks that assist, they are EcoBank, Keystone Bank, Guaranteed Trust Bank, JP Morgan, so and so forth. All these banks, they are the other banks that assist the central banks. Now, the other firms that trade are all these investment managers that we see, that they tell you that bring 1 million naira and you put your money into Forex and we help you trade. Are you with me? I always tell people something. If you graduate from this class, I am not here to teach you basics. I don't do all those kind of rubbish. If I'm to teach you basics, I wouldn't have gone this far to pile up my materials to do all of this. The main essence is to teach you so that you wouldn't see a reason. Well, I'm not spoiling people's business, so to say you want someone to trade for you. If you are consistent with the training, you will definitely understand how to pick trade yourself and make strategies yourselves. Are you okay? Let's proceed. Just look at it. I had to go online to look for a flow chart to analyze this. The central banks are the first set of bodies that are in charge of Forex. Look at the major banks. The major banks are more or less like the assistants. They assist the central banks in trading. The ECM brokers are the brokers whereby they will tell you that, okay, Mr. Gospower, I don't have much money. Since I don't have, you don't have much money, we can we can advise you so that you can bring your money, but we boost your money in the market. How do they boost this money? They boost this money with the help of leverage. You see why I'm saying you should not miss tomorrow's class. I'll be explaining lots, leverage, brokers, all of. I will even tell you the right brokers to trade with so that you don't miss your way. Many people don't know this business. I have so many students that when they join the beginners class, they will now make, they will want to invest in what they don't know about. There was a lady that invested $100. In fact, I asked her, if I tell you something tonight, you won't believe it. She doesn't even know when to buy and to sell. She not invest. I beg her, please don't trade with this money. Rather, finish with my training. When you finish, you trade. And thank God she listened to that advice. Are you with me? Now, the next phase I'll talk about is based on quote currency. Now, the first listed currency of a currency pair is called the base currency. And the second currency is called what? The quote currency. Now, I need you all to listen carefully. Currency pair is when you have two currencies. Currency pair is when you have two currencies, and the two currencies are Euro and USD. Are you with me? When you have Euro and USD, are you with me? Now look at Euro and USD. The first currency pair or the first currency there is Euro. Euro is the base currency. Now, USD is the what? The quote currency. I repeat, Euro is the base currency, while USD is the what? Is the quote currency. Now, listen carefully. Currency pair is just a combination of two. Are you with me? Currency pair is a combination of what two. It's just like when you say I have a pair of slippers. A pair of slippers is when you have left and what? Right slippers. Are you with me? Where you have what? Left and right. Now look at this. GBP AUD. GBP is Great Britain pounds versus Australian dollar. The GBP there is what Britain they spend pounds, and of course the other side of it is pence. It's just like when we spend naira and kobo. So they spend pounds and pence. Are you with me? In United States, they spend dollar and cents. If I have 0.84, that's in cents. Are you with me? Now, class, I want to say something briefly. For the other one, AUD is Australian dollar. I have a question to ask all of you. XAU USD, who can tell me the base currency and who can tell me the quote currency? Please, that question is just a minute. XAU USD, who can tell me the base currency and who can as well tell me the what? The quote currency? Please use the chat box quickly. XAU USD, who can tell me the base currency and what? And the quote currency. Okay. Oh, God bless you, Madam Kemi. Wow. Madam Kemi, that was very smart of you. Thank you very much. Madam Kemi, answers are really flowing. Answers are flowing. You are blessed. You are blessed. Thank you. The woman got it perfectly. She said XAU is the base currency and USD is the quote currency. Let me move on quickly, class. Exchange rate. Exchange rate is the rate at which one currency will be exchanged for another. It's also regarded as the value of one country's currency in relation to another currency. When we believe that one currency will rise against another currency will die. When we believe that the currency will rise, when the strong currency, okay, buy the strong, and we sell what? The weak currency. Let me explain something to the class. If I was explaining something to some of my students, a lady was arguing with me. She went online to go and make research on Google. And when she made research on Google, I gave her final analysis, she listened. Look at the currency pair, GBP USD. Not finished. Just look at this currency pair, GBP USD. Now, class, if you look at it so closely, you see that GBP is the base currency, USD is the what? The quote currency. Now, listen, exchange rate is when you have the value of let's say GBP to Naira is 800. Mr. John, please, can you stop this thing you're doing on my screen, please? USD is what? USD is for 500. Do your mathematics very well? 800 divided by 500. That will give you what? 1.6. 1.6000. Now, class, see what they are saying. Whenever GPP drops, is rising in the market, and USD, if GPP, see, let me explain to you why those two animals are facing themselves. What it means is, if one currency is buying, the other currency will definitely be what? Selling. GPP is increasing in the market. Let's say GPP increased by 900, or by 100 rather. So if GPP should increase by 100, that will be 900 slash 500. 900 slash 500 will give you what? That will give you what? Mathematicians in the house. That will give you 1.800. Now, once you notice that this exchange rate has increased, or sorry, GPP has increased, what do? You buy in the forex market. Once you notice that GPP has increased in the market, what do? You buy in the forex market. Now, class, let's go back. Let's say, for instance, this same GPP, remember it's increased from year to year. Let's say from year to year now, this same GPP dropped by 100. It reduced to 700. divided by 500. 700 divided by 500 is what? 1.400. Class, look at it. That means that if GPP is dropping in the market, it means that, remember, it's a sell here. Remember, excuse me, let me check something. Remember, it's a sell here. And from here upwards is a buy here, because it has increased to 900. Now, class, if GPP is dropping in the market, it means that you should go on the sell. If you look at it mathematically, sorry, I'm saying too much about mathematics. Look at it, class. If 1.6 should go up to 1.8, that's an increment. If 1.6 should go down to 1.4, that's a decrement. So if there's a decrement, it means that GPP is dropping while USD is having a stronger power, is increasing. If there's an increment in GPP which leads to a buy, it means that what? USD is dropping, is a vice versa thing. Please, I am not talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a different thing here. Bitcoin, let's be very candid. Bitcoin, right now, Bitcoin has gone down. We all know that. Now that Bitcoin has gone down, is it right for us to buy, or it is right for us to sell? It is right for you to what? To buy at this point. Why? Because the money, although some people will sell, it's a different, but I know that buyers want to come into the market to buy it. Now, when Bitcoin rose to 600 and blah, 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 people were selling. Now, if Bitcoin is now $64,000, dollars, is it now right for you to buy? Let's say you want to buy Bitcoin of 40,000. Is it right for you to buy them? It's of no value. Wait until it has come down before you buy. But it's a different thing from my explanation. This was the argument one student had with me, and thank God, when I was through with her, she agreed. Let me repeat myself again. Right here, I started with exchange rates, and I said GPP USD has an exchange rate of 1.6000. I said, let's say GPP has increased to what? 900. I only refer to GPP and I left USD. And I said something. The two animals are opposing themselves. In other words, if GPP is increasing, USD should be dropping. Are you with me? Vice versa, if GPP is reducing, USD should be increasing. Are you with me? So it's a different thing entirely. So that is that for exchange rates. So let's proceed. The next one is fundamental and technical analysis. The next one is fundamental and technical analysis. Fundamental analysis is a way of looking at the forex market by analyzing economic, social, political forces that may affect currency prices. Now, class, let's pay attention. When what they call it, when coronavirus came up last year, people were making bastard money from forex. In fact, the only things, the major business that were existing then were forex and cryptocurrency. Even importation dropped. You know what I'm talking about. Now, that kind of situation is called economical situation. Are you with me? That kind of condition can be called what? Economical condition. Political forces. When Joe Biden and Trump, they started sometime around this year, December, January, it affected the market seriously. But guess what? Smart traders made their money bastardly. The glory of God that was passed. Because we have strategies of trading, no matter how terrible the market goes. So, if you look at the bottom of that statement, they said the idea behind types of analysis is that if a country's current or future economic outlook is good, its currency should strengthen. Now, the better a country's economy is, the more foreign businesses and investors will come in. Are you with me? And this results in the need to purchase that country's currency to obtain those assets. Now, let me say something quickly. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know the present condition of Turkey. But I know there was a time when in Turkey, in fact, going to Turkey was hell. You know what I'm talking about. And I don't want to call some countries too. If some countries are having serious crises or there's war over there, would you ever take your money to go and invest there? Never. Because why? You are thinking of your life first. Now, all these economical situations, they affect the market. Definitely, it will affect the market. Investors and co, they might not come in. Are you with me? Like I was saying something to one of my classes previously. That what if I want to buy spare parts in Japan and I convert, you know, Japanese, they spend yen. Why Chinese, they spend yuan. And I convert my money to yen. And let's say I have like 20,000 yen. I take to Japan. Immediately I deposit that money in Japan to purchase spare parts for my vehicles. Immediately I deposit that money, guess what? The market will be removed. Why? Because the money is what's heavy. Are you with me? Why? Because the money is what's heavy. So all these things are what we actually they actually look in the forex market. But guess what? If you are going to be consistent with this class, you will surely understand all the strategies to use, whether the market is bad or the market is good. Technical analysis is the study of price pattern on particular assets. There are many ways to identify pattern in the market, but most technicians will focus on the following. We focus on drawing tools, horizontal line, trend lines, Fibonacci levels, and identify well-known consolidating patterns. I love this part I just read. Identify well-known consolidating patterns among others. That was exactly what I did today. If you are here, attest to me. If you are here, you can see I'm lying. Today I traded because I trade my own account. I teach people. In fact I have seminar groups. I also trade for some people. I don't do that for everybody. It's on rare cases I do that. Something happened today in the market. Euro GBP consolidated seriously. If you are here, say Mr. Gospel, you are lying. If truly you are here, say Mr. Gospel, you are lying. Euro GBP consolidated seriously. But guess what? Despite the consolidation, you can still make your money from it. You can still make your money from that consolidation. Are you with me? So, but guess what? We all use strategies to make all these analyses. We all use strategies to do all these things. Are you with me? Thank you so much. Look at it. Technicians use technical analysis charts such as candlesticks, which displays open, close, high, low price, level of a particular time frame. Yeah, all these things. If you are going to be in this class, you are going to be consistent. There's nothing you don't understand in this class. So, thank you so much. That is that. Please, I want to say something. I'm going to drop the recorded version of this class in the WhatsApp group so that if you want to rewatch, I promise I'll also drop this same PDF if I need to watch. I will drop it on my YouTube channel. Please don't fail. Please do something by subscribing to that channel, please. Do something by subscribing to that channel. Once that is done, more videos will always be shown to you. More videos will be unleashed to you. Do that by what? Subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. Is there any question before I go? Is there any question before I go? I have a question. Ask your questions, please. I'm just giving 2 minutes. I have a question. Ask your questions, please. Your question could come based on what you've done so far. Do you have any question on that? Okay. If there's no question on that, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. Okay, Mr. Christian, ask your question. Mr. Christian, please ask your question. Hello, Mr. Christian. All right. If there's no question, Mr. Christian, please ask your question. I'm with you. Oh, I can't hear you. You have a network problem, sir. You have network problem. If you don't have, okay, if you have a network problem, please kindly drop your YouTube link. Of course, I will drop the YouTube link. I will drop it right away. I will drop it before 9. As I'm ending this class, I'm converting it. I'm giving it to you live and the PDF. Please don't forget to subscribe to that YouTube link. Thank you very much. Mr. Kingsley, Mr. Christian, please drop your question. Okay, Madam Cynthia, ask your question.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, madam.
Before you started, I think I went off a little bit and I started from the third slide or so. So let me say, you said it's a 3-day training.
4 days.
4 days.
Yes, 4 days.
And it's like 8, the time is 8.
Yes, 8 p.m. Yes.
Like 8. Is it free? Are we paying, or when is the money part coming into it?
You know what?
The money part now.
Yeah, madam. I don't want to say yes now, and I don't want to say no. But
Oh,
when you come for tomorrow's class, I will give you an answer to that question. I'll show you on that.
Oh, okay.
When you come
Let
tomorrow,
us sleep well this night.
You say what?
Let us sleep well this night.
You will sleep well by the grace of God. You sleep well. I assure you, I will give you an answer to that question. But please don't fail to come for tomorrow's class. That's just my advice. Don't fail to come for tomorrow's class. Are you with me? Are you with me, Madam Cynthia? You will sleep well, don't worry. Mr. Christian, ask your...
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mr. Christian, ask your question now. Ask your question, Mr. Christian. Mr. Christian, good evening. I think this man has network problem. Don't worry, we'll see tomorrow. We'll discuss tomorrow. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you. Please, I'll drop the link right away, I promise you. Good night, everybody, and have a wonderful night. Please don't fail to come for tomorrow's class. Thank you. Good night, everybody.